She was the queen of comedy, a pioneer in television, and a beloved national treasure. With a career that spanned more than 80 years, Betty White made the world laugh and left it a little better than she found it. Betty Marion White was born on January 17, 1922 in Oak Park, Illinois. Just a year later, her family moved to sunny Los Angeles, California, where her love for wildlife and the outdoors began. As a child, Betty dreamed of becoming a forest ranger, but at the time, women weren't allowed in the profession, so she turned her passion toward writing and performing. At Beverly Hills High School, Betty wrote and played the lead in a graduation play, and that spark never left her. Before she was a household name, Betty got her start in radio, reading commercials and playing bit parts. In 1949, she co-hosted a local LA variety show called Hollywood on Television, eventually taking over full hosting duties. In 1953, Betty co-created and starred in Life with Elizabeth, making her one of the first women to produce a sitcom. That show won her the first of her many Emmy Awards. If The Mary Tyler Moore Show was a hit, Betty was the scene stealer. As Sue Ann Nivens, the sweet but sharp, happy homemaker, Betty delivered biting lines with surgical precision, proving her comedic timing was downright legendary. Then came Rose Nyland on The Golden Girls, the kind-hearted, slightly ditzy Midwesterner from St. Olaf. It was here that Betty's comedic genius reached new heights, combining innocence with absurdity in ways that made audiences roar. Fun fact, Betty was originally cast as Blanche, the sexy Southern belle, but producers feared the role was too similar to Sue Ann. In a twist of fate, she swapped roles and made Rose iconic. Betty never went out of style. Whether roasting celebrities, stealing scenes in The Proposal with Sandra Bullock, or rapping on Saturday Night Live at age 88, she kept audiences laughing well into her 90s. Her SNL appearance came after a Facebook campaign with over 500,000 fans, proving that even in the digital age, Betty White was still a star. Off-screen, Betty was just as remarkable. A lifelong animal advocate, she worked with the Los Angeles Zoo for decades and supported dozens of animal welfare organizations. In fact, she turned down roles if they conflicted with her commitment to animals. Her passion was as fierce as her punchlines. Over the course of her career, Betty earned 8 Emmy Awards, a Grammy, a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame, and the title of the longest working female performer in television history. She worked for 82 years, from 1939 to 2021, but here are a few things you may not know about her. She was an only child and credited her quick wit to entertaining herself. She turned down a role in As Good as It Gets because of a scene involving a dog. She was married 3 times, but always said her third husband, Alan Ludden, was the love of her life. Her favorite snack? Hot dogs and French fries paired with vodka. I may be a senior, but so what? I'm still hot. Audience laughter. Betty White passed away on December 31st, 2021, just weeks shy of her 100th birthday. But in true Betty fashion, she left the party with a smile, having lived a life full of joy, generosity, and a whole lot of laughs. Thank you, Betty, for the joy, the laughter, and the pause.